Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, we're live?
Dun, dun, dun.
Do. DNBA. And here we are.
Yeah.
It's Casual Friday.
So
particularly casual today. No music, no intro, no Adam.
No Adam.
But there's going to be lots of fun to be had by all. I am your host, Brendan Vogt, rejoined today by the great Harrison Wind, who abandoned us yesterday. Welcome back.
I heard the show went really well yesterday, though, so, maybe it was a classic case of addition by subtraction. Seems like it.
We mostly just skipped the ad reads, and it went a lot smoother.
Yeah. I would say no, not better. Not addition by subtraction. Just, it was less than. It was less than.
This show would be less than if we didn't have Eric. Looks like we might not for a second, but he's here. He's ready to hang. D-Line Co., how's it hanging?
I know you were just spitting my own words back to me, but I really appreciate hearing them come out of your mouth.
It's good. It really is good to hear.
I don't know that you would have generated those on your own, but it feels good to hear them all the same.
So as you can tell by the flower shirt, by my dirty Broncos hat, Casual Friday. Not a whole lot on the docket today, guys. I mostly just wanted to ask you what you would have been doing with this holiday weekend and what you're going to be doing now, because my God, Harrison, I literally have no plans for 4th of July.
Yeah, the plans aren't too extensive. I don't know, like a hike maybe is in order for nice. July 4th. Maybe a casual park day, not too crazy. But the biggest event surrounding July 4th for me is we're getting a new couch on Monday. So now I have to sell our current couch over the next 3 days. It's on Craigslist right now. If anybody listening needs a couch, hit me up. Hit me up. Willing to let it go for relatively cheap. So got a lot on the docket here suddenly. Got to sell a couch. Got to oversee a delivery of another one. So should be quite eventful.
I got so old so fast. Like, I'm still 27, but my friends just talk about couches and bird watching and picking up golf, and I can't do it. Yeah. Eric's 40, and so I don't even...
I'm 40. I'm 42.
So weird. And you're the youngest one of my friends. You have
easily, without question. Without question.
The older you get, though, the cooler, like, buying household appliances get.
It gets exciting.
We picked up this automatic trash can from Costco earlier this year.
Ooh.
Like $75.
Was that a Simple Human?
Is that the brand?
Yeah, did you get a Simple Human brand?
I don't know what the brand is.
I thought you were in, bro. I thought it turns out maybe you don't even know.
Absolute game changer, though. Like absolute game changer.
Exciting stuff, riveting stuff. Maybe I should have made a rundown for today's show.
Yeah. Did you want to know what I would have been doing this 4th of July?
Yeah, please.
So every year I buy tickets to the Rockies game on the 4th of July. I buy them in the pavilion section so that I'm able to go onto the field so that when the Rockies do their 4th of July spectacular fireworks show, which at a certain point becomes so strong and oppressive that you feel like you're literally under attack. And you run around on the field. We always get like a big old slab of ribs that we all share amongst each other.
Wait, you bring the ribs onto the field?
Yeah, wait, you bring your own ribs?
No. I'm describing the entire day in just like one.
Okay.
No, this. But I always just buy like 10, 15 tickets, and just the whole family goes out. And I recently was refunded that money, and it was a very big. I mean, outside of the elation of getting like a large sum of money back, what it represented of what I was missing out on, that slab of ribs and being under assault by fireworks. It's sad. I'm depressed by this.
Yeah.
And now my plans include we might go to Holly's friend's house who has an above ground pool.
I was gonna go. I never do 4th of July big, but I have like one rich friend. He's like just truly filthy rich.
We all have one.
Yeah, and he hit me up and he said, "Do you want to hang out on a yacht on Lake Tahoe for 4th of July?"
Yacht club, baby.
Yes, I was in. Not usually a yacht guy. That sounds pretty tight, but I'm not gonna do that anymore, guys. I think I'm gonna sit inside and play video games for the 400th day in a row.
Where do we stand on lighting off fireworks? Like, where do we stand on that topic?
So I
Meaning
hate
what?
fireworks.
Like you yourself?
Yeah, like, are you the type of guy who's going to drive up to Wyoming and purchase some fireworks and then light them off on July 4th?
Well, I'm not the kind of guy that's going to drive up to Wyoming. I'll just kind of stop the sentence there. I like fireworks shows, like allotted time. The community gets together, big display. but I think 100% of people firing off their own firecrackers are assholes.
Well, like post 8 o'clock in my
the,
neighborhood for the past month, people have just been lighting off fireworks, so I'm well accustomed to it now.
Yeah, I've declared openly that I believe that the sky itself will catch on fire on July 4th with the amount of fireworks that people have been lighting up in the preamble to July 4th. Like what it's actually going to look like.
What
on that
would
day.
not be the craziest thing that's happened this year if that happened.
I know. I like how like no one knows why fireworks are going off every night, and it's not even on anyone's radar. Like no one even remotely cares.
They're like whatever,
Yeah.
just whatever.
I was just reminded from it was like a Facebook flashback or whatever those are called. You know, when those pop up on your Facebook
the
feed.
memories.
But a year ago, July
Yeah, me too.
5th, the Nuggets Summer League opener was canceled due to an earthquake. So we probably should have seen this coming.
It's true.
Okay, I'm already drowning, so let's bring on
Wow.
our special guest for today and the meat on the bone of today's show. Please welcome back to the show, the homie, Miroslav, all the way
Yeah,
from Serbia.
let's go.
There is a lot of meat on that bone if you have me because I'm like 90 kilos. I'm not translating to LBS,
We're not in the metric
so sorry.
system, bro.
I
You
have no idea what
Yeah, that joke went right over our heads, but I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it was fun.
Yeah, about 200. So it's
Oh,
not
okay.
a lot.
All right, well.
If not, it's not a lot if you're 7 feet tall, but I'm not. So
Yeah.
Well, we brought
You're 7
Miroslav.
feet tall in your heart.
yeah,
We brought Miroslav on the show today for a couple of reasons. One, because he has some Jokic anecdotes he wanted to share, but mostly because he got a new headset, and he sounds nice.
True.
And so we just wanted to give you another shot.
Look-
Oh wow,
yeah.
Look
It's,
at
sort of
that.
fancy.
it's a gaming headset. I'm playing so much 2K NBA these days that I just needed to give something to me just to make it more comfortable.
Just gonna ask you if you're a gamer, and
Oh, yeah.
Miroslav is truly the homie.
He really
I love
is.
everything
Oh, yeah.
about Miroslav.
dude, do you
I-
want to play 2K later? We should play against each other.
We can do it from 2 p.m. your time when I
Okay.
get my kids to sleep. So yeah.
Okay,
sure.
cool. Small windows. Let's do
I
it.
feel
man.
like Miroslav is probably just savage at that game.
Oh,
Like,
he's
I
gonna
feel
destroy
like,
you.
Yeah, I feel like he might work you.
He's going to
I
take
ne-
J.J. Hickson to the championship.
No, I never play multiplayer because I like to win.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing
Same, good
offline all the
approach.
time. Yeah.
Well, listen, Miroslav, you sent me a neat DM last night. You have a mutual acquaintance friendship. You know someone who knows Jokic.
Yeah, I
And,
had, yeah. I had
please, go
no
ahead.
idea. I had no idea this is the case. I just spoke to a friend I know for a long time. Today I was visiting Subotica, which is a town on far north of Serbia, very close to Sombor. And I was in his office, and I saw the jersey of Jokic, signed jersey of Jokic, hanging on the wall. And I was like, "What is this? Where did you get the?" And he told me he has a really good friend, who is an excellent friend with Jokic. So I'm actually a friend of a friend of a friend of
Love
Nikola
it.
Jokic.
Oh,
so,
yes.
so that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
We're
So
happy to
you-
follow the grapevine all the way
Yeah,
down.
6
Yeah,
degrees
yeah.
of
Get us
Jokic.
whatever you got, man. Whatever you got. There we go. So there's
Yeah,
proof.
that's
Miroslav's
the one.
not lying. He does
Yeah,
know
that's the
And
someone.
the
one.
jersey
Signed-
does
That's right.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere on the internet, so I don't know if it's from my phone or whatnot. Okay, so this is the thing. He met Jokic last year, 3 days after the Nuggets got eliminated from by the Blazers.
We remember Pubai.
Yeah, he went straight to Denver 3 days afterwards, and yeah, this friend just called him and said, "Okay, let's go meet Nikola." And he said, "Come on, why would Nikola want to meet me?
Yeah.
Like, what's the reason? Come on, he's just chilling at his house. They're having some food over there, and I'll just go there." And this guy
Very,
said, "Listen."
very believable. That's
Yeah,
a very believable
So
setup.
far, it checks out.
Yeah, that's right. And this guy said, "Listen, man, I'm 45. I'm a decent adult. I don't fall for these kind of stories. And even if it's true, he will put me at the end of the table, and I can just wave, 'Hey, Nikola, I know you from the TV or something.'" And he said, "Come on, man, trust me, it will be fine." And of course, they came to Nikola's place. It's a big house with a big yard in front of it. And there he was. Nikola was at the gate, and he grabbed his friend like this and put him up just because he loves this guy. So this is the story about this guy. This guy is a horse guy. His name, I will not say his name, but his nickname is the horse. So this is because
perfect.
He's
Awesome.
working something with racing horses, and this is why Nikola and his family knows these guys for years, of course. And of course he's he's also from Sombor, so it's a quite easy match. So yeah, there he was. Actually, they were having fish stew for that day, and Nikola was making it himself. So you can imagine 150 million guy just making a stew for everybody, drinking a beer, the cheapest possible Serbian beer, of next to him.
What is the cheapest possible Serbian beer? What brand are we talking here?
I believe it was Jelen, which means deer, like an animal.
You just have a beer called Deer?
Yeah. That's right.
Just to jump in for a second, that's so believable, and I'm sure that's 100% accurate, but it also just demonstrates one of the awesome parts of Nikola Jokic, and we've talked about this a ton, but, he's making, $25 million, signed to a max deal.
A lot of fish stew.
Most of him, though, has not changed, and I don't think it will ever change. He still dresses the same, although his fits have gotten a little better, during quarantine. Still has the same circle of friends, still is as grounded as ever. So it's just, refreshing to hear that again, but I'm not surprised.
It's starting to sound like fan fiction even. This is awesome. He's just making stew.
It goes on because his girlfriend, his wife, soon-to-be wife, she's driving like a 20-year-old, very cheap used car in Sombor. They're just not, sticking their heads up at all. They're just blending in the culture because people in Sombor, they're not rich, far from it. So these guys, they're just really, they would move away from Sombor if they were fake. So these are guys, real guys, everybody. I guess everybody loves them locally because he's not an asshole. He could really be an asshole.
It's the reason people don't like me. Because I am an asshole.
Yeah, because you're rich, right?
Yeah, clearly. Well, cool. That's the story.
Okay, but Miroslav, sorry. Also in this message, you told me that you have a 5-pepper hot take.
Yeah, I do. Can I leave it for the end? Because
yes, please.
It's
please.
not a nice one. I really hate this spice.
Oh,
all right, we'll leave it for the end.
Yeah, just one more thing before that.
Please.
I discovered what was the price of the dream catcher because you would imagine he would buy the best horse available in Europe. But actually, this horse was like $3,000, which is nothing because good racing horse is like a racing car at least.
Yeah.
So it's just he just loves horses, And if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, I still like him. I still, comb him and everything. Yeah.
So it really
Just
is
the
just like
absolute
a hobby and a passion, huh? It's just something that fills his soul. It seems like.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's his family's hobby. It's not only his hobby. So, yeah, it's good. Okay, so I'm coming in with the take.
Okay.
So
Let's hear it.
If you remember, I said this happened 3 days after they lost the game against Portland.
Mm-hmm.
This guy says, and I'm on the record saying I don't believe this at all.
No. I already know where this is going.
Dreamcatcher was racing on that day, and this guy says that Nikola didn't put 100% of effort in Game 7 so he can be at the race.
No, get out of here.
The Dreamcatcher had a race on Game 7, Nuggets Blazers, and this guy thinks that affected Nikola.
I don't want to hear that. I can't believe it.
I know. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. It needed to be said because this guy knows Nikola way better than I do. So
right before he missed that free throw, he's just thinking, man, I really need that win. We really need that win. God. That is heartbreaking.
This is a 5-pepper take. I cannot believe that this man is too real. As
29 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks.
and then he missed the
He was
free throw.
distracted. Yeah. How do I log
Yeah,
off?
the free throws.
Well, listen, Miroslav, I was going to thank you for coming on and hanging out and sharing what you've got, but I don't want to thank you anymore.
Yeah, I know.
But we
love this.
We do appreciate you taking some time to hang out, waking up early, right? That's what you guys do?
No.
Oh, no, because it's noon now, yeah,
8
so we're on
p.m.
different.
It's 8 p.m. here, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, so it's easier for you. Well, then I'm not
Miroslav,
going to thank you.
my
Yeah.
face hurts, Miroslav.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great game though. That's the tough part. He played great.
Hey,
Yeah, no, I
already
don't
said,
really.
I don't believe a single thing of it because Jokic has
Michael
the incentive in his contract that he gets another $500,000 for each round they pass in the playoffs. So
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, man. 500K or another win for
But
Jokic?
you know
Yeah,
there's so many factors here. Like there's the $500,000, the fact that he had an amazing game, he played very well. It's indisputable. But you do have a picture of a jersey, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Right, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it
Sources.
shenanigans on that.
Not an official report from the DNBA show. But a big thank you, Miroslav. We appreciate you, man.
You're the
Take it easy.
best.
We'll get on the sticks. We'll play 2K soon, all right?
The best.
Yeah, sure.
All right, man. Be good. Appreciate it.
Be safe, guys.
Thank you.
That was interesting.
I love it. I love it.
If I had known what his take was going to be, wouldn't have let him on the show.
Ah.
I wish, like, him telling that story, I can only imagine how many Nuggets fans were sitting there like,
You see this?
just, I wish that happened to me, you
the
know?
Miroslav Bob is greater than the Woj.
Because, like, you guys know I'm a huge LeBron James fan, but
Oh, is that true?
I have no interest in, like, spending time with LeBron James, right? Like, if
he
if
wouldn't
someone
like
who
you
like,
at
hey, you
all.
have a friend of a friend of a friend, it's like, that wouldn't be an enjoyable experience. But Jokic, like, something about that story is believable, it's wholesome, and it's like, that could just happen to someone in Serbia, you know?
Yo, if I showed up and Nikola Jokic was not only making fish stew, but making it like this with a big, like a
In my head, the stick gets bigger every time.
in a huge cauldron. Like I'm never leaving. I'm gonna move into Dreamcatcher's stable.
He's just such a regular guy. It's awesome. Like
best.
he's like last year. Pretty sure his girlfriend was shopping for him at Target or Walmart. Like that shirt. I put down my game to be here. Was that what it said?
No, I
That-
paused my game to be
I
here.
paused my game to be here. That shirt is sold at Target. Like I'm 95% sure.
Do you think Jokic's entourage looks at Barton's entourage and is like, come on, man, you can spend like a little of the money. Like, can I have a car? Like, can we all live in a man? You
There's
need to
that.
get a
I mean,
mansion at least.
that ultimate little gif now of Jokic looking at. Who was it? It doesn't really matter. Maybe it was Trey Lyles. Like go through his sneakers. He's like, or maybe it was Torrey Craig. He's like, I got this and this, and then Jokic's like, I've got two pairs. One's new, one's a little older.
Yeah, the red ones and the yellow ones. That's what he's got.
Well, that puts a bow in the Nuggets portion of today's show. Great stuff, guys. We now pivot naturally, organically, to football. The big news of the day, guys, the current events of the day. The Washington Redskins, they're being leaned on by some corporate sponsors here. And listen, folks, money talks. Dan Snyder was not listening to the cries of the communities of indigenous people across the nation that wanted this name changed for years and years and years. But FedEx wants the name changed, and by golly, let's do it. So let's pull up the odds. I think we have them, Kale. So these are the odds on the new name of Washington's NFL team. Presidents, General, Lincolns, Americans. So I like the Jeffersons at plus 700. Moving on up. It's probably not going to happen.
No, none of these are going to happen.
What do you
So
have?
the Americans has to be the favorite, right?
Dude, that would be so bad.
That would be terrible.
That would be
They've got
the
the
Dan
decent-
Snyder double down. Like, all right, if you're gonna make me change my Redskins name, I'm just gonna change it to something even worse.
Yeah,
The
they've got
DC
the
Redskins.
Nationals, the American. That would be the Nationals, the Americans. Who else is in DC?
I saw
think it's
I saw a video about a guy who apparently has all of these like the most likely Washington Redskins names that the team could be changed to. He has them all trademarked already. So I'm pretty sure he has like the Americans, the Generals,
That's
all
awesome.
He has all of these trademarks.
That's
So
brilliant.
he's been prepping for this moment for the last decade.
It's actually awesome.
Isn't Rayvon in the DC area?
Oh yeah, that's right. But I think he's a Ravens fan, right?
Oh, okay. Well, he probably has a little bit of an inside scoop. Hit us in the comments here if you know what's
The
going on.
Senators, I could see the Senators.
Too
Yeah.
Tall Tucker says the Washington
the
Monuments. I
congressman.
don't know. It's not a great year for
No,
monuments. Not a lot of
Well,
momentum.
I know the monuments are toppling this.
We're going to change the name to a monument of someone who's. Then we'll have to change the name of the monument.
This is funny.
Great
Like the Washington Redskins changed their name. This is a headline that should have been happening in the year 1965. But
I know.
Here we are. Like
The Onion headline parroting it.
Yeah.
They changed their name to DC Redskins. That's from 2013. Like, it was obvious enough for satire comedy 7 years
Can we
ago.
get that list up again? I need to take.
I don't.
it.
I think it'll be like the Red Tails or the Red Hawks, or it'll be the.
I'll take the field. I will take the field out of these names here.
What about the Pigskins? Is that too
Pigskins?
close? Yeah, Pigskins, like football. The Washington Pigskins. It's right
I
there.
don't know, man.
You don't
That's
like
like
it?
no, that's like it's already too. It's like an insult already sounding like. There's like
Hit
no
us in the
pride in
comments,
that.
by the way, guys. Keep them coming if you have any name ideas.
Yeah, like I would do the Red Hawks myself.
Red Hawks would be good.
Something where you wouldn't have to. I mean, because Dan Snyder's the reason he has been dragging his feet is obviously with every one of these discussions the concept of tradition. There's a lot of traditions with that football team that you wouldn't have to fully abandon, namely just the color scheme and just the general appearance of them.
So
But-
the Washington D.C. bird, apparently, it's not a state bird because it's not a state. But the Washington D.C. bird is the wood thrush.
I
So-
Go
Googled
with
that.
thrush.
So what do we think about the Washington thrush?
That's bad. No good.
I don't know. Well, yeah, because no one's going to know what a thrush is.
Because
Also,
then
have you Googled
it's also
that
one of
bird?
those. Yeah, it's one of those
It's
really bad.
It's not a very intimidating bird.
No, it's 7 inches long. It's like a
But it's also
hummingbird.
one of those terrible names where you don't know how to refer to the plural of it. Like, is it the thrushes? Like the
Yeah, it's like the thunder.
yeah. It's like those are no good. Like you don't
Yeah.
want
The
that
heat.
in your life. Yeah, the heat. Like the heats, the thrushes. Yeah, that's no good. And again, look at this. This strikes the heart or fear into the heart of maybe worms, and that's all.
Would you, if you could, ever change the Nuggets name? What 1 through 10? How high are you on the Nuggets as a team name?
The Nuggets
Yeah.
is an awesome team name.
Yeah,
Nuggets
you're
is
all
an
in.
awesome team name. Goes with the state, the history, and it's just kind of different than
Yeah.
everything else. I love it.
Yeah, like I don't have strong feelings about it except for that it just is. It's an institution. There's no reason to change it. Like you can enhance the all the things around it, but like the Nuggets, there'll never be another Nuggets team anywhere.
Well, it would
else.
never get over. I guess the question is more of like you, Eric, as someone who thinks about this stuff. If you had the opportunity to rebrand them, like, would you even touch the name, or
If we're starting a brand new franchise today, I would not choose Nuggets as the name. If I had the opportunity to get in there and change the branding of the Nuggets, I would never touch the name, never ever, because it just, like I'm saying, like it is entrenched. It is wholly unique. People make fun of it all the time, but it's sort of like it builds into the entire mythology of the team. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's like, it's perfect in a lot of ways. I mean, I wouldn't mind changing it if it would persuade high value free agents to come and put that name on the front of their jersey. But as far as like, I mean, I just, it's the Nuggets, baby.
it's also easily manipulated for like modern day social media, like Nugs with a Z, Nug Boys, totally modern, very hip. I'm with it.
Yeah, no need for a change for sure.
Well,
All right. What
Did
else
you
we got,
guys
baby?
see? Did you guys see that the opening lines for the first of 8 seeding games at Disney World are out?
I did not.
The
Do you have
opening game
a Nuggets
lines.
line?
Yes. Do you guys want to guess what the line
Yeah,
is?
let's guess.
So Nuggets versus Heat is the first game, September 1st or August 1st. What do you guys think this spread is?
The Nuggets would be favored by
2 points.
2. Yeah. Do they do it in halves, right? Basketball? Is it like
Yeah,
2
so
and a half?
Nuggets,
Yeah.
Nuggets 2.5.
So you think it's Nuggets minus 2.5?
I do.
Overshot it a little. It's Nuggets minus 1.5.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So
Listen,
Nuggets are 1.5 point favorites. So pretty close there.
What's like going into this? It's like, well, the
They're the
game's going
higher
to be played
seed.
on a neutral court.
Yeah, they're the higher seed. I'm sure the head-to-head factors in somewhat, and
Sure.
the Nuggets like handled the Heat pretty easily, if my memory serves correct.
One of the best wins of the season, actually.
It was very early in the season too, and I think the Heat kind of came on a little as the season progressed. Like Bam really came of age and
Bam!
like started blossoming into like the all-star he was by the end of the year. Yeah, it wasn't like the 6th game of the year or 7th game of the year. Nuggets were 5-2 after that win. 109-89. Jimmy Butler didn't do anything. Bam didn't really
Sucks.
do anything.
Sucks.
I would really like, obviously they're on other sides of the conference bracket, but like I would like Denver's chances, like if they were entering a playoff series for sure, but like one sort of seeding game. I could see Miami being the team that just shows up and plays its ass off.
Yeah.
In these games, you know?
when those 8 games came out, this was like this means absolutely nothing. But I went and picked through all 8 games, like what I
cool.
think the Nuggets record will be, and I had them going 6-2 with losses to the Clippers and the Heat. So I have them losing the opening night game to the Heat and then also to the Clippers.
I'm
Those are
with
the
you,
2
man.
losses.
I think they lose
That's
that.
so out the
I
club.
think they're out of the club or something. I think they lose that opening game too. I think Miami comes out like a shot out of a cannon and just we've seen the Nuggets kind of come out like a little flat, in the first quarters of games at times. And I just think that Miami team is like they're how hard they play will always surpass how good they are. And they're good, but they're not great, but they play like a great team and they just have that
Yeah.
edge to them.
Give me the
Why
Nuggets,
is that
baby.
out the club? I have them going 6-2. That's way better than any other record that anybody else predicted them to have. 6-2. They definitely hold on to the 3 seed. Maybe they even get the 2 if they go 6-2.
Yeah, I don't know. The Nuggets have started off their seasons really hot every year. This is a brand new season. Like they're gonna absolutely win. Against
Oh, there you
the
go.
Heat.
Brandon, yeah, they come out hot. Fair enough.
Yeah, but we don't really know what this Heat team looks like. Like we'll
We know
have a
what this
lot of time
Nuggets
to
team look
preview
like.
this matchup. No. But the Heat have had like what? A couple games with Andre Iguodala. Like we have no idea.
Remember our bench mob? Like, we don't even know who our players are. I was trying to think who our bench unit is now. It's Mason, Jeremy. Is it Torrey Craig? What is our? It's Monte.
Yes,
and
you've named.
Who's
4 of
our
them.
last bench guy?
Jeremy Grant.
No, I mentioned him.
Did you get Tyler Cook in there?
No, is Tyler Cook our last bench guy?
We know what the Nuggets rotation is. Come on, it's the 5 starters plus Jeremy Grant, Torrey Craig, Monte Morris, and then that 9th spot. I don't know. It could go to Mason Plumlee. It could go to Michael Porter Jr.
The
We don't
Dervish.
really know.
It could be composed. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, bang that Nuggets line, baby. We're getting that. We're taking that Heat down.
All right, guys. I think we're near the end of a Casual Friday show. No reads. If you didn't notice, we'll do those in post. So we didn't get to make fun of Harrison. We'll close with this. Eric, what are you most excited for with your weekend here? Give me something positive, something optimistic.
Well, obviously, we're entering the time of year that is most glorious in Colorado. The sun is shining. I can see green everywhere that I look. People are feeling down about our country as a concept, but the U.S. is a good thing. We've got a lot of good things going for us. We are the only country in the world that invites all people around to come and be part of this grand experience, this grand experiment. We're going to figure this all out, and the U.S. is something we're celebrating. Maybe
Wow, I
right off
thought you just were going to say you were going to the bar or something. But-
No, it's 4th of July, baby. I just want to remind people that things are good. Not everything's bad. You can get some fireworks. You can blow up a small piece of America to honor it, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'll go to the bar.
Wind, what about you, brother?
Bar sounds good, but I'm going to try to be outdoors for sure. For sure.
There's one thing I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's circled not once, not twice, but 3 times on my calendar. And that is the hot dog eating contest.
Oh, baby.
And it's tomorrow, and I've got money on it this time. So
I do too. Where'd you go with it? Did you bang that under? You went over. I took the odds boost. I couldn't stay away. I could not stay away.
American hero, baby, Joey Chestnut. We'll have to tune in and see tomorrow.
Oh, you know what actually is happening this weekend?
What's that?
We would be remiss to not mention WGT. I know it probably will come up in the
Best
reads,
of
but
fours, baby.
we're doing the 4s of July. The best of par 4s all throughout the world of WGT. We're going to be doing these tournaments every week now because we were doing them bi-weekly, but they're too awesome. Everyone was like clamoring for them when they weren't around. So get in there. I'm need to make a better showing than I did last time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The closest to the pin did not treat me well. Harrison, how you feeling going into the 4s of July?
I feel great. Par 4s are my specialty. I'm going to guarantee a top 10.
Guaranteed top 10.
finish.
Wow. Vote, where are you feeling? Where's your confidence level going into the 4s
Pretty
of
low.
July?
I'll be outside of the top 10 for sure. But I do have 2 things to plug. In a few hours, we'll call it 6 p.m. tonight, I'm going to be streaming from the DNVR Sports Twitch account. Denver Nuggets Doug Malone, your created player, will make his debut tonight.
What is he? Give us the breakdown of Doug Malone.
I don't have the Twitter thread up, but he is a 3-and-D wing. He's going to have goggles, a headband, and I think 2 shooter sleeves. So get ready, baby. So I'll stream that. So hop in. We'll have some fun with it. Ask me some questions. Talk some trash with each other. And then tonight at 9, DNVR plays Warzone. I'll be dropping in with Guy. Hit us up in the Discord if you want in on that action. Should be a lot of fun.
Yo, should we hit these couple questions here before we get out?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, shoot us questions. We'll answer them.
Will MPJ get more than 4 minutes in a playoff
That's
game?
a yes. That's a yes.
You think so? Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Dempsey coming on and like reconfirming what we knew, that MPJ's ankle was really bothering him at the end of the season, was obviously compromising his performance on the court, and then Malone's ability to put him out there. Like, I never have believed that Malone just doesn't want to play him.
Of course.
Well,
yeah.
So I think he's going to enter the playoff rotation probably behind Torrey Craig, but that could change based on the matchup, I think. Like the Miami Heat, for example, you want Torrey Craig to guard Jimmy Butler. Like that could be a Torrey Craig game, I think. But, if there's not that type of wing that you necessarily need Torrey Craig for on the perimeter, MPJ could be above a Torrey Craig, like in a nightly rotation. So I think that could be a little matchup dependent. But he'll get his chance. He will get a chance for sure.
This
like,
bubble
no
could really be the coming out party of MPJ. Like this really could be a big deal. Like,
yeah, I agree, Eric. I wonder if we'll see him a lot in those seeding games. I mean, the Nuggets, they could go up or down, so they may view those games as important. But I wonder if it's kind of viewed as a ramp up for their biggest question mark and maybe most important question mark heading into the playoffs. I always go back to Matt Moore asking him explicitly if he's going to be a part of the playoff rotation right out of the All-Star break, and Malone saying explicitly yes, he's going to play. So he's misled us. He's straight up lied to us about MPJ, but I just don't think he would have said that so far out if that wasn't always part of the plan to some extent.
Yeah, it's tough because you really don't know what's going to happen if you're a coach, and I feel like until you get in the heat of the moment, and like so much has changed from when he said that to now.
Where are you guys on like an actual anticipation standpoint from like really accepting the idea that basketball will happen again in your heart? Like, are you feeling it yet? Or is it just still all just like an abstract concept that we're talking about?
We're so close right now that it's. I mean, it could still get derailed. Like, would I be 100% shocked if, a week from now, there's a memo that comes out and says, yeah, we're just not going to do this? The numbers are too high. The players have raised too many concerns. We're just going to pull the plug. Like, I would not be totally shocked, but I mean, teams are flying down there on Tuesday. Like, we're going to really try to do this. So they're putting one foot in front of the other. So I'm pretty excited just from the fact that it seems like we've got enough momentum going where we're going to at least get something.
Yeah. Does it feel real to you yet?
conceptual, man.
I think it's going to start
Yeah,
feeling real
me
next
too.
week. when
I
teams get there.
agree. Like as soon as I see the Nuggets together on a court,
You're going to see them on their actual like Pepsi Center floor, and the irony there is that the Nuggets like never practiced on that floor anyway because they practiced on their practice
Yeah,
court, which has a completely different floor.
wait, did every team bring their floor down? Like we talked about that, but like, did every team like legitimately bring their floor?
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Like I have a picture of that of the Pacers and the Heat.
Yeah.
Floors set up in a ballroom. It seems like the strangest. Like what a strange thing. Do they really need?
It seems like a nice to have rather than a need to have.
Let's hit this. Let's hit the second question, guys, and then we'll get out of here. Do you think Malone would ever consider changing the starting lineup in the playoffs? Yes, absolutely. Just in your next comment below, you mentioned both the Lakers and the Clippers. For me, if it's the Clippers, Jeremy Grant is either seeing a lot of time or starting potentially, because you're going to need someone to guard Kawhi Leonard. And I think it was just one game that we can highlight, but Grant showed that he was at least up for the task, if not some aptitude in that realm, in a way that we haven't seen from even guys like Torrey Craig, who excels really against smaller assignments. So yeah, like if it's, hey, how do we stop their stud wing? I think Grant, if he's not starting, he might be finishing those games and playing 30 plus off the bench.
Ugh.
Yeah, starting and finishing is different for me. Like I think game one, they start their regular starting five.
Yeah.
And then like if you can't go the first 3 minutes without Jeremy Grant or Torrey Craig guarding one of those guys, then maybe you switch things. But like, yeah, I'd say in game one at least they go with their starters, and then you just play Grant a lot more. And then like maybe game two, you're like, all right, we just need to do it.
Yeah, I really genuinely expect Gary to have like a really good showing down there. Like that's something I like legitimately expect to happen. I really feel like the first parts of the season were more of an aberration than anything.
Yeah.
Even though it played out for a long time, like I just think he's too good of a player to show us those weird floaters and like his shooting that it just didn't make any sense. His how quickly he trailed off and hey, what's up, vote? So I have a hard time imagining Gary being the one taken out. Like I think
it'd be Barton for sure. And I said this to you guys like off air. I think earlier this week. Gary Harris is like the easiest player maybe in the league to talk yourself into.
For sure.
Yeah, I know.
He's just the easiest because he's done it before. There's really no like there's no reason out there like that makes sense really, other than the injuries, which like happened last year and the year before that. Like there's not a lot of reasons out there that make sense for the drop off other than that. So you can just talk yourself into him.
Strong agree, man. Even if he's not as good as we thought, he's certainly not this bad, right? And
right.
He was coming on at the end of the season.
He absolutely was. And there's something about like, go ahead.
Well, I just thought Demps made a good point, though, that like this was a guy who was finally starting to see rhythm for the first time all year. And look, man, it's been more than an offseason, so projecting that rhythm and success going forward is tough, you know?
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, guys, we appreciate your questions, the comments. Thanks for watching, hanging out with us. We'll do all this again next week, huh? Get some more guests, play some more games, have some more fun. Enjoy your weekend. Happy 4th. Be good, stay safe, stay sane. Da-na-na-na-na. Outro music.
Here it is, and
This is where I add the music in post.